Yo, what's up, guys? Today we're going to be going over the new quarterly update for the Commander Rules Committee. They put out like a little update on with where they're at with the new sets and like cards that they have their eyes on, but not necessarily. Nothing got banned, so we'll go into that. But before we get into that, I'd like to ask you guys to go down there and hit that red subscribe button. We're trying to hit 1,000 subs before the end of the year. Um, it's a long way, but we're only in February, so I can see us hitting it 100%. Also, hit that bell notification button down below to know when my videos go live. Like the video if you liked it, and leave a comment if you like this kind of stuff, and any other things that you'd like to see. But without further ado, guys, let's get right into it. All right, guys. So we're here at the Commander mtgcommander.net for the January 23 quarterly update. This came out on the 30th of January, so a few days old. But as you can see, you probably can't see because my webcam is covering it, but let me just put myself over here. There are no card changes, so nothing's been banned. No rules changes. They haven't changed any major rules in the game, but they do have some things that they'd like to cover based on the new sets and new cards and cards that have come out, such and so. So we'll just go over it. Lots of new toys, Phyrexian and otherwise, to play with, and we aren't seeing anything that's currently threatening our goals for the Commander experience. Some folks have been asking about the number of poison counters in the wake of Phyrexia all will be one. If you didn't know, poison counters in Commander usually have 40 life. Poison counters are something that creatures before would inflict if they had infect on them. Infect being when a creature deals combat damage, they deal that many poison counters equal to their power. But with the new set, they do something called Toxic, where it's just a flat number. So if a creature has Toxic 1, even if they are 5/5, they will still only deal that one poison counter. Poison is very scary in Commander, but it's not threatening in a pod, I guess. Especially with experienced players, they're not going to take out. They're going to take out the poison player pretty early on. We'll obviously be keeping an eye out, but at the moment we don't see a need to raise it. The mechanic has not historically been all that strong due to the need to go it alone in killing people. Once everyone has had a chance to play with new cards and the mechanics, and the immediate enthusiasm for the current set has faded a bit, we'll see if action is needed. So what they're basically saying is that as long as it doesn't get out of hand and they don't see some crazy shenanigans that may go on with poison counters, odds are it'll probably stay the same. 10 poison counters, you're out type of thing. But I agree to an extent, but I do think that with the new set, it's a little dangerous. There's a lot of proliferate cards in this set, as well as cards that are just going to be mandatories in decks that run around proliferate. There's one specifically that's just going to be running amok in, what do you want to call it, spell slinging decks and stuff with recursion for instants and sorceries that could easily just kill somebody outright. But I think they're right about this not hitting it preemptively, especially considering they probably can't, considering that the new set is in standard, so they can't really hit rules and stuff like that. It would affect sales for Hasbro, so they have limits to what they can and can't do. So I'm assuming that plays a part in it. Same with the second part, but we'll get into it right now. While Sheldon's article may have raised some eyebrows about the Ellis Norn mother of machines, the RC has had no discussion about banning it. Some of us had concerns about the design. Stapling a casual popular mechanic onto a casual dangerous mechanic comes with some risks that are unrelated to power level, but there's absolutely no way that would lead to a 0-day ban, and we doubt any action will be needed in the future. So the new Ellis Norn, for people who are Magic savvy, is a Panharmonicon that also stops people from getting triggered enter the battlefield effects from other permanents. people have started calling her Panharmonicon. She is very strong. Panharmonicon, strong card in certain decks. That is the part where they say casual popular mechanic. The casual dangerous mechanic is the one that takes away people's triggered abilities. I think this is correct. There shouldn't ever really be a 0-day ban for cards that aren't necessarily like game breaking, I guess. Like, this isn't a game breaking card. Like, this card will be strong in Commander. It'll probably be a fan favorite Commander for a little bit, considering people love the Phyrexians and the Praetors and all that. Plus, the Ellis Norn, the new Ellis Norn has like 30 something different arts with different foiling patterns and stuff in this new set. It's unreal. It's a lot. So it's kind of like the chase card and the staple card for the set that Wizards is currently advertising out to people. So again, this is another case of the rules change for poison counters. I feel like they are limited in what they can do with Wizards, the way they are selling this product, because they can't just outright ban Ellis Norn, even if they wanted to, because Wizards would probably step in due to it possibly affecting sales for the product if they were to ban it before the set even came out. Like they said, they doubt any action will probably need to be taken. There's cards out there that 100% should be banned and have been banned that could have warranted a day 0 ban. Cards like Iona, the angel that basically hates a player out of the game by making it so they can't use their color. If you're playing a mono-colored deck, you're just out. Paradox Engine, which is used in heavy stacks decks with artifacts and untapping and such. Those cards are very strong and they are banned for a reason. Ellis Norn, Mother of Machines, I doubt will ever see the ban list. I doubt she'll ever be that strong. She doesn't promote bad deck building. She doesn't outright break the game being like existing. So I don't see them ever doing anything about her. This is the big thing people have been talking about. We publicly had our eye on Dockside Extortionists for a while now, and have ultimately concluded that unless there is a sudden surge into more casual spaces, where it hasn't really thrived due to lower density of cheap, fast mana, we don't anticipate taking action on it. It's a ridiculously powerful card, but scales with the rest of the table, and at the point it becomes broken, plenty of other broken stuff is already happening. This is a sentiment that I share greatly. I do not think Dockside Extortionist is as strong as people say. It is a strong card. No, like, don't get me wrong. It has ways to pop off. But as they said, in casual spaces, Magic at its core is a casual game. It has its competitive scene now, but it has always been a casual game and always will be a casual format due to having access to all cards across the entire spectrum of Magic the Gathering, whereas sets like card formats like Standard and like Legacy being like basically all of Magic, is the closest thing to Commander in the sense that it has access to a bunch of stuff, but it's also got a wider variety of cards that are good due to the fact that its ban list is completely different, and that it also is probably the most expensive format to play. Standard being basically the last 9 sets, something like that. I think it's like the last 3 blocks. So Standard is inherently more competitive due to draft and that it's Magic's main source of gameplay at like their tournaments and such. Whenever there's a tournament at a like a game store or an LGS, it's always Standard or Modern, but mainly Standard or Draft, because Commander has so many different layers to it with how people have different rules that they go by in their different play groups. They have their their zero, their rule zero talk. So everybody's way of playing Commander is always different. Dockside is not bad in casual, based on the fact that you're gonna see it popping up pretty early on in games, and the person's gonna get what, maybe 2 or 3 treasure tokens, and most people that would be playing it are probably not playing it in a recursion strategy or a flicker strategy where they can bump it up and down trying to get as many treasure tokens out of it as possible. Whereas in a competitive sense, when this would be dropped in a competitive game, odds are plenty of other broken stuff is already happening, i.e. turn 4 to turn 5, dropping a Dockside and being able to flicker it isn't as bad when you have the white-blue player playing card draw stacks, or the mono-green player, or even green-red aggro, just going ham, mono-blue, mono-black, black-white decks, all of that. Dockside is not going to be the biggest impact on the board. I think most people who are salty about Dockside and want it banned are people who have played against the stacks decks, the Doretti, Scrap Savant decks, all of that Dockside becomes absolutely super busted in. So I get wanting to ban it, but I just think it's an unreasonable ban. Like, are you gonna put Dockside on the same pedestal as you put something like Golos, or even like Talarian Academy? Like, no, like, you're not gonna put it on the same pedestal as cards like that are banned for a reason. Even Paradox Engine, Dockside creates treasure tokens, so what? It's not that big a deal. It's mana. Okay. Whatever you call it, Paradox Engine is infinite mana. It's literally an infinite amount of mana in artifact decks, or any deck that can reliably play cards like for free, basically, with unspent colorless mana. So I feel like this is a good on the rules committee for not deciding to ban this. I think that is a fine card. It is strong, but there's other strong cards in the game, so this is a-okay with me. We will not be getting another update until April 10th with March of the Machines, which will be the next set. So yeah, not a bad little blurb that we could go over. I've shared my opinions on it as well. But yeah, that is all I got for you guys. Let me know if you had like your opinions on the changes that they want to make, or don't want to make, more so, and how you think that their reasoning went into it, and how you would change it. But without further ado, guys, that's it for me.